It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today as we start a brand new week of episodes here on the channel. You have arrived on a Monday, and of course on Mondays we do metal music here. It's another Metal Monday today, and I am excited that you are with us because for the first time in quite some time, I am continuing on with the band that I just listened to on Friday. So on Friday, we listened to side one of Black Sabbath's debut album, and I was taken by it. Everybody was like, yes, keep going. So today, side two is up, and I'm happy to continue on and finish this most historic album. On Friday, we took a look at all of side one. We did the title track with its tritone galore. We took a look at the Wizard, and I still don't know if that's about Gandalf or their weed guy. So the I'll have to figure that one out. We also took a look at Behind the Wall of Sleep, which was based on the Lovecraft story about an alien communicating through a mental hospital inmate. And then NIB, where Satan himself falls in love. So we got a little bit of everything on side one. I can only imagine what is up for us on side two. This debut album from the classic metal band, right, is regarded as the first album in this genre. And I was thinking, well, it's kind of blues, but it's not quite blues anymore. It's a new thing, and a lot of people were telling me, like, yeah, it's like proto metal on Friday, and it's just an astounding accomplishment. They recorded it in a single day in late 1969 in London. So now, y'all, let's move on to side two. We've got Ozzy Osbourne on lead vocals and some percussion. Tony Iommi is on guitar. Geezer Butler is on the bass. And Bill Ward is on the drums. And we're going to start out with a song called Evil Woman. And this is a cover of a song by the American band named Crow. And I had never heard of them. And Crow's version, or their song, had been released just a few months before Black Sabbath recorded it, and it went on to become Sabbath's first single release. So let's take a look and see what this one is all about. Evil Woman by Black Sabbath. Here we go. Interesting intro, but this sounds more like Black Sabbath to me now that they're rolling. Bow down, 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 bow down. I see the look of evil in your eyes. You've been filling me all full of lies. That's a move to a new key for that riff, and then right back where they came from. Evil woman, don't play your games with me. Evil woman, don't you play your games with me. Now I know just what you're looking for. They're in G minor for these verses. Oh no, that's subtonic, back to tonic, do-do, right? Well, you know that where did they go? The chord that they went to is not in G minor. Right, into a guitar solo. It's a song about betrayal. Betrayal in a relationship, in this case a cheating girlfriend or a wife. Okay, there's that same move. They moved to E. heard it in the tritone that they went from that E chord to a B flat chord to start that progression, leading back to the verse. That's interesting. I think they went to E. Now they're in G still. It's E minor. From G minor to E minor. Back. It's an interesting chromatic third. I don't know if I've ever heard that done that way. Evil woman, don't you play your games with me. And that's going to fade out. Interesting. So I read that Tony said that this cover came about because their manager wanted them to record something with commercial appeal. And so there's this song that comes out, and they're like, yeah, do that one. And it ended up being a flop for their first single out of the gate. And the band was actually kind of thankful for that, because they didn't think that the song really represented them. And I had no idea that the very first single that Black Sabbath came out with was a cover by a different band. That's really fascinating. And that they kind of got through with it and moved on and did other things. Really interesting. The next song on the album is called Sleeping Village. There's not very much lyrics in this. It looks like the song is talking about a village and who is sleeping, hence the title, Sleeping Village, unsuspecting people about a disaster that looks like it is about to come their way. So let's see what is up with Sleeping Village from Black Sabbath. Here we go. Got a juice harp? Mouth harp? It's hard to tell what key they're in. They're kind of in the cracks. It's like they're in E, but it's like halfway between E flat and E natural. In the trees, peace of mind, feel deep. Interesting soundscape with the harp back there and the acoustic just sort of in my notes here it says that part 1, which I think we heard before, was called Sleeping Village, and part 2 is called Bit of Finger. Is this the calamity that is coming to the town? They're in D, I think. Overdub guitars. That's interesting. Tony solos at once. How unique is that? The chord, I think, is just a static D chord that he's riffing over. Okay. Back to that beginning riff that we heard. The drumming is top notch. And like I was saying on Friday, I just love the sound in the room, the decay that you get from the skins. The way that they sound. Okay, and that fades out. Well, I don't know if the village got it or if they survived. Not sure. But we're going to move on. Next song is called Warning. This is another cover song. Interesting that they included 2 covers on their very first album. This time, the song is by the drummer Ainsley Dunbar. Ainsley had been playing with John Mayall's Blues Breakers, and he was replaced by Mick Fleetwood, of all people. And after briefly playing with Jeff Beck's band, he founded a group called the Ainsley Dunbar Retaliation. And I think he did it just to piss off John Mayall. And then co-wrote this song, Warning, which was recorded in 1967. And, Ainsley went on to play with really an unprecedented roster of musicians. I was reading into his bio. It's really a fascinating story. He's played with Frank Zappa, with David Bowie, with Journey. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a member of Journey, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He played with Jefferson Starship and a whole ton of other folks as well. Really an impressive history and repertoire and all that Ainsley has done. The song itself is about a series of messages that the protagonist in the song receives, warning him to stay away from this particular woman. Okay, so of course, the man whose feelings are quite strong does not heed those messages. So let's see what happens with Warning. I believe this one is like the longest track by far on the album. So let's dive in. Warning from Black Sabbath. Here we go. We're still in D minor. Up to the 3. Up to 4. Back to 1. Cool. Where that pentatonic minor in the riff world just works, doesn't it? Potato. Up to 4. Back to 1. Really bluesy. All right. So in that first verse, the message was from nature itself, an omen of things to come. And now, his own subconscious is warning him. He's dreaming about seeing her with somebody else. I've got to love you. Who have I to blame? Cool. Man, that bass is really fuzzy too. Cool. It would be blues if they used the 5. Instead, they used a 3 chord. At least that's what the bass is doing. Now the guitar solo is just in this here. See, this would be where the 5 comes in, but it's the 3 chord. Up to the 4, back to 1. Interesting.
Now the whole wide world is moving, 'cause there's iron in my heart. I just can't keep from crying, 'cause you say we've got to part. Sorrow grips my voice as I stand
Now you're
here
alone, dude.
alone. And watch you slowly take away a love I've never known. I was born without you, baby, but my feelings were a little bit too strong, just a little bit too strong.
Cool. I mean, so he got the omen from nature. He got his own subconscious telling him about it. In verse 3, the woman herself told him to not to be wary, right? So it's his own damn fault. They went up a step. Where are they going? Is this set up as a new tonic, or are they using it as a glue to go somewhere else? It's got so much feel to it. Right. By the way, that's all the lyrics, and we're maybe halfway done with the song. So sit back and relax, y'all. We're gonna get some bluesy playing. A little shuffle beat. I think they stayed in E. This. I just love that they're not in a hurry. It's like, sit back, y'all. It's gonna be fine. You got your warning. We're just gonna play for a while. To remember that this is all like in like a single take. You know, they're playing it live, playing it down, the tape. It's really amazing. As iconic as Tony's guitar is, double tracked. actual stank face. Where are you going now, Tony? This solo coming to us from a very echoey place, maybe the bathroom. Pretty sure he's still in E. Of the band could go off stage to the bar and have a good old time before it's time for them to play again. I had no idea this was like this. It's like the Tony Iommi show. Strings, bud. Amazing. There they are. They went to a different key. They went down to D, I think, is where they ended up.
Now the whole wide world is moving, 'cause there's iron in my heart. I just can't keep on crying, 'cause say we've got to part. Sorrow grips my voice as I stand here all alone and watch you slowly take away a love I've never known. I was born without you, baby, but my feelings were a little bit.
Okay, so they're reprising the last.
Just a little bit too strong.
Cool. They reprised the last verse and chorus and went back to the key that they had been in, that D minor sort of blues sound. That was a fascinating tune, y'all. Warning from Black Sabbath. I did come across this little nugget. The chorus is in this song. It says, "I was born without you, baby, but my feelings were a little bit too strong." That lyric that Ozzy sings is not correct. The original lyric is, "I was warned about you, baby, but my feelings were a little bit too strong." He sings, "I was born without you. I was warned about you. I was born without you." And it's really interesting that they allowed that to stay in, because the entire song is called Warning, right? So they don't even have the word "warn" in the chorus where it comes back. That's just what happens, I guess, when you're recording the entire album in a day. So on to the next tune, y'all. This is a tune called "Wicked World," and this was the B-side of Evil Woman when it was released as a single, and it was left off of the original European version of this album when it was released. It was, however, included in the North American version of the album, and it replaced Evil Woman, which was the cover that they really ended up not wanting to do. So this, I decided to go ahead and include this one because it's on the album, and especially on like the re-releases of this, in the in the years after it was released. Originally, it includes this song. So let's take a look at Wicked World from Black Sabbath. Here we go. They're in E, pretty sure. Sol fa me do. Four. Drums just sound unbelievable. I can't say that enough.
The world today is such a wicked place. Fighting going on between the human race.
The world today is such a wicked place. Fighting going on between the human race. Sing it, Ozzy. People go to work just to earn their bread, while people across the sea are counting their dead. They're using that move up to the 3 and then using subtonic in these riffs quite a bit. Yeah, they can put a man on the moon quite easy while people here on Earth are dying of old diseases. So they're talking about resources and money being spent on what in their mind is the wrong stuff, not the right stuff, such as wars, space exploration and all that, instead of going just to help people. Sort of an out of time feel over E. Of course, now the guitar track is in this here. They've got a lot of subtle tempo changes and groove switches in these songs, and they do them so well that you don't even really notice. You're just kind of grooving along. Get close to the end. And that's it. That's it. We made it, y'all. That's it. We got to the end. Fascinating album, isn't it? They've got just a little bit of everything in there, and it really, like I said on Friday, it's kind of this prototype for this new genre to unfold and sort of move beyond the blues. The blues are still fine, and we love the blues, but we're taking some of that influence, and we're turning our amps up to 11, y'all, and we're gonna rock out and play. I really enjoyed it. The humanity in the spacing that they allow in these arrangements just allow them to play and to not worry about a click or whether they're in tempo or not. They're just playing, and it's raw, and it's got a lot of energy to it. It's got a lot of color to it, and it's in the moment, and so it comes off as being so authentic to the experiences and the musicianship of these players that it's just quite astounding. I am incredibly impressed with all four of these guys. Ozzy's vocals as a younger guy, he's got a lot of power and color in his voice. He can deliver a lyric and get out of the way when the other people need to shine. I think he's one of the great frontmen of rock and roll history. Tony's guitar playing, I think, is just absolutely iconic. I don't know if I've ever heard somebody sound like him before, and I know that some of it is due to what happened to him with his hands, but I think more of it is just his ingenuity and his own creativity. Geezer Butler, the bass was all over the joint in this album, y'all, and I was about to say a couple of times before I was distracted with other things, like, listen to the bass just going on and right in the pocket, and a lot of different color from the sounds of his bass instrument throughout the album. And of course, Bill is just back there putting on a clinic on the drums. Quite enjoyable. I am happy that y'all have been here for this, that you tuned in. I have listened to several tunes from Black Sabbath, but before I did this, never anything from this first debut historic album. And so I am happy to have finally gotten to this one, to listen to it. I thank y'all for joining me. We got lots more coming up this week. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.